Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Toxicity and welcome back to the NBA 2K rebuild here on the channel. I believe this is going to be the final weekend of 2024, so we've got some fire rebuilds coming your way. We're starting on today with the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the Pelicans have had a very interesting year so far. Obviously, they've had a lot of injuries to some of their star players, and some of the fits just haven't seemed 100%, but we haven't seen a lot of these players play together for a long period of time. Now, Brandon Ingram right now in 2K is their highest rated overall, and there's a lot of trade rumors around him going to another team, and it's going to be really interesting to see what we do in today's video. So there's going to be a lot of positional changes. Obviously, Herb Jones is starting as a small forward at the moment because of injuries and things, so we're just going to switch it around. We're kind of going to make this team gel. We might even stop at the deadline to make that Brandon Ingram trade because we do need a starting center on this team. Yves Missi has been great so far, but he's only a first-year player, and you can't expect him to do too much. I want to get Trey Murphy some more minutes as well because he's obviously going to be off the bench while Ingram's coming into the team. So it's going to be an interesting start to the year, but we've got 3 years to win the Pelicans a championship. Let's start it off strong. We've had a complete resurgence on this season. Obviously, you know where the Pelicans are sitting at the time of recording this video before they take on OKC on November 7th. So yeah, we've come a long way back. So I'm just trying to figure out if we do want to pop a trade right now, because obviously we have Brandon Ingram who's out of contract. We own our first round pick this year, which is great, which is amazing. And then we own like a swap best with the Bucks. So we get the best one. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what we can pull off here. But Brandon Ingram, we'll have a look at the stats real quick because we're at the deadline here. So we'll have a look at the stats so far. So CJ McCollum, that can't be right. Let me try that again. CJ McCollum leading the way in scoring. Okay, well, apparently CJ McCollum is winding back the clock. That's great. So Brandon Ingram is our second leading scorer here. DeJounte Murray and Zion Williams. So I think we can boost up some shot tendencies because I think they might be really low. Trey Murphy is also playing a really good season. Brandon Boston Jr. is obviously not playing in the team at the moment with injuries. Everyone back from injury. Herb Jones is sitting here, and I don't know. I think we need to get him some more minutes too. So Jordan Hawkins is also having a pretty decent year too. So yeah, Yves Missi, I think we're going to have him as a backup. I don't think we're going to start him. So this is where we're going to make a big move. I think it's time to trade Brandon Ingram, and we'll try and find a team to do that. Okay, so I don't know if the Cavs are going to budge on this, but we're going to try and get Jarrett Allen out of them. And obviously Brandon Ingram's on a little bit more money. Allen is signed for a longer term, and he's having a really good season. I just feel like maybe the Cavs could use Brandon Ingram on the team. I just feel like it's a team that would turn him into such a good player. He already is a really good player, but I could see them doing a little bit more. So let's see if they'll accept Brandon Ingram in a first, and they say no. Is there any way we can get this done? Like, is there any sort of trade that you'd be willing to budge on? Like, I can throw in Antonio Reeves. Does that get it done? Not at all. Okay, so maybe he's not the right center for the job here. So another center I was thinking about is Jalen Duren. DeAndre Ayton's not too bad, but he's on a massive contract. I don't really want to take that on. So, kind of jumping around here. We got Şengün in a recent video, so I don't really want to do that again. So we can try and do Jalen Duren. I feel like that could be interesting. We can also maybe take on the contract of Tobias Harris. And then that might be worthwhile. We can also send them back Makovic. I think that's how you say his name. So something like this. We get Jalen Duren, we get Tobias Harris, and they get Brandon Ingram. I don't know if they actually need him, but I feel like having Asad Thompson and Brandon Ingram together might actually work. Can we maybe get a future asset as well from them, like a 2029 first? Let's see if they'll agree to this. And they won't. They want a first. We don't want to give up a first. Okay. How about we slide you? Say we slide you. I mean, we can give you Antonio Reeves for this. I don't think he's going to start for us. We'll throw Antonio Reeves your way for Jalen Duren and a first. Basically, I don't think Tobias Harris is going to play for us. They want a... Okay, so we won't do that. They want a swap in 2029. I will happily do that. I think we can just do the swap. And they agree. Okay, cool. So now we get a center on the roster who we're going to have to pay at the end of the year. But we shed some of that contract. So the team right now, if we reset it, is going to be DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Zion, and Jalen Duren, which I really like. And then our bench is also pretty handy as well. So I think this is going to be the rotation for the end of the year. I'm not expecting us to finish really high, but I think we should definitely be in the playoffs. And we've got a team now that's fairly young, apart from CJ, and could really make an impact come playoff time. So year one comes to a close. Luka is your MVP. Jared McCain, Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year goes to Armin Thompson. Wemby, Armin, Nikola Jokic, Jason Kidd. Yeah, it's normally the same kind of things every year. So we don't get anyone on any of these teams, which is kind of unfortunate. And we get Yves Missi here on an all-rookie second team, which is nice to see. And we managed to sneak into the 6th spot. So I think we made the right choice there. And I boosted some shot tendencies up. For whatever reason, CJ McCollum is still having an insane year. So, I mean, props to him. Props to him. DeJounte Murray and Zion increased their shots as well. Tobias Harris was nice off the bench. Rebounds led by Jalen Duren. Assists led by DeJounte Murray. So we're coming up against Golden State, who are obviously a pretty good team. Yeah, this looks like a really nice team, to be honest. So I don't know if we're going to get through, but we're going to try. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to Golden State. Game 4 goes to us. And then Game 5 goes to us. So we make it through to the second round. And it looks like we're going to be taking on OKC straight away, which is a little bit annoying. I was hoping we wouldn't come up against a team like this. So let's drop it down to like a 8-man rotation. And then we can kind of see how things go, how they want to do it. So they want to start Trey Murphy. I mean, yeah, sure. Let's try that. So Tobias Harris doesn't get time and neither does Jordan Hawkins, but that's okay. So game 1 against OKC, we lose. Game 2 against OKC, we lose. Game 3 against OKC, we lose. Game 4 against OKC, we get swept by OKC. Okay, that is insane. So Shea goes on to win Western Conference Finals MVP and Cat East. And it's the Knicks that sweep. Okay, and Cat is your Finals MVP. So going into year 2, this is going to be a really interesting offseason. Chris Paul calls it time. LeBron doesn't retire, which is interesting. And it's going to be a really interesting offseason coming up. Because do we want to trade CJ McCollum, even though he was, like, while that value is high? So we do have the... Can't even see where our name is. We have pick 21 here. So that's interesting. So yeah, we can definitely make a, like, on draft night, make a big trade. I don't know if we're going to draft with that pick because we do have some people we need to pay. So what if we go... Okay, what if we propose a trade or trade finder? And I don't really want to do this right away, but I know he's going to regress like crazy. So what if we go pick 21 and CJ McCollum? Can we get another shooting guard in this team? Colby White and Jalen Smith does seem... We get an extra first round pick there. Okay. Drew Holiday, Norman Powell, Desmond Bane's interesting. Jalen Johnson would be literally insane for this team, but I don't think we can really fit him in anywhere. Let's just move him to the small forward spot and then move Herb to the shooting guard position. It is 2 first round picks though for Jalen. I actually don't hate this at all. That's kind of, that could be a really insane trade, to be honest. None of these others really stand out to me so far. Şengün is a pretty big one there. Okay. Nembhard actually isn't that bad either. That could be pretty interesting. We get Grayson Allen, which I don't really want that. Topic, Rudy Gobert, Timothy Kamara. Okay, well, this trade actually, Desmond Bane or Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson does sound really good, and he's going to keep progressing. It's 2 first round picks in CJ. And I mean, if they're going to be dumb enough to do this, I'm taking that every time. Okay, we don't even need to draft this lottery. I'm fine with that. So we can now move Herb Jones over to the shooting guard spot, which I think he goes down 1. That's okay. And then we can move Jalen Johnson to the small forward, and he goes up. All right, that's insane. Team player options. We need to bring back Jalen Duran and Hawkins, obviously. So they're not under qualifying offers yet. Brandon Boston Jr. We'll bring back Brandon Boston. We may as well, just for the vibes. We'll see. Who else is here? So yeah, quite a few guys. I mean, okay. So Brandon Boston doesn't want to come back to us. Okay, that's cool. And all these guys we can pretty much just let go, I guess. That's fine by me because we don't need to worry about any of them. Cool. Okay, so we pretty much have the rotation set, I'm pretty sure. We have DeJounte Murray and Alvarado. We have Hawkins and Jones. We have Jalen Johnson and Trey Murphy. Zion. Okay, I think we can maybe get a better power forward, but everything else is looking pretty solid, if I say so myself. So Brandon Ingram ended up having a pretty okay year in Detroit. I don't know if he's going to go back there or not. So power forward, we don't have that much options here. Okay, I think maybe what if we go and we go trade finder? What if we throw Tobias Harris and like I guess we can just do. We can't do that pick. We don't want to do next. Okay, so we go 2027. Can we get a better backup power forward? Someone a bit younger. Like really, we can switch over. PJ Washington isn't bad at all. But I don't think he's worth a first round pick now. Obi Toppin's actually not that bad for a backup power forward. And he's young. We get this Gabe Vincent contract that we can just let expire. I don't know if a first is good for him. Isaiah Stewart's not bad. We get Antonio Reeves back too. I think I'll be... yeah, okay. Let's just pop this trade with Obi Toppin. I know our first round pick's kind of bad using up the first round pick, but we're getting off this Tobias Harris contract, so I'm fine with that. That's going to be our new backup power forward, and we're pretty much done. I'm happy with what we've done today in this trade period. Second year coming up. Herb Jones goes down 1, that's fine. Trey Murphy goes down 1. I don't know why. And Obi Toppin goes down 1 too. But hopefully the vibes turn this around. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. 57 and 25. We were the 1 seed at one point, on track for 60 wins, and then we just went on a massive losing streak. It was very strange. Luka, MVP, Rookie of the Year goes to Ace Bailey. Armin Thompson, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby, Depoy. Jarris Walker, Most Improved. Yeah, nice. I actually got one for once. That's pretty cool. He's definitely a player I can see improving one day. Cam Thomas, Clutch Player of the Year. Jason Kidd, Coach of the Year. So Dallas are definitely running everything still. We don't get anyone on any of these teams, unfortunately, which absolutely sucks. Okay, so we are the 3rd seed. Okay, so we come up against the Timberwolves. That is insane. Like, why are we drawing all the hard teams straight away? So Zion led the way, DeJounte Murray, Jalen Johnson, then Jordan Hawkins, actually. Interesting. Rebounds and then assists. Cool. Jalen Johnson led an assist, which is cool. So we're coming up against probably one of the toughest challenges apart from OKC and Dallas. Don't know why the Timberwolves are this low. They're starting Dillingham. They have Draymond Green with Rudy Gobert. Yeah, for some reason I don't think that's ever going to happen. Okay, game 1 goes to us. Game 2, oops, no, we don't want to do that. Game 2 goes to the Timberwolves. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us, and then game 5 goes to us. So we get out of the first round again, and we draw OKC yet again. Okay, cool. That is just fantastic, guys. Thanks 2K. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to them. Okay, come on, man. Come on, man. If we lose one more, we'll drop it to an 8-man rotation, which we do. Okay, fantastic. We're never gonna beat them. We'll drop it to an 8-man rotation. All right, game 5, we lose. We get eliminated in the second round by OKC again, and it's Dallas coming up against the Knicks, and Dallas sweep. Okay, it's our last year in charge. I think we're going to have to make some big moves or do something crazy. So there's a lot of big retirees here. I don't think Steph might retire. This is end of next year. We'll just leave it. We'll just leave it. I don't want to overwrite all these picks. So we end up having pick number 8. Okay, that's insane. That's pretty clutch right now because we can either trade that or just draft. Staff signing. Let's maybe get a new coach. Maybe it's the coach's fault. Willie Green, you're probably a great guy, but I think because of your record at the moment, it's time to move on. So Michael Staffer, we'll offer you a coach. Joe Mazzulla, we'll offer you a coaching position. Jason Kidd will offer you a coaching position. And then Greg Popovich will offer you a coaching position. Maybe one more. Mark Daigneault will be great. Let's take Mark Daigneault away from OKC. And we get Jason Kidd or Joe Mazzulla. I'm going to take Joe Mazzulla. I think Joe Mazzulla will be great for this team. Okay, cool. So NBA draft time. We take Joe Mazzulla away from Boston. Let's draft with this pick and maybe we get a stud at number 8. And we get Darius Acuff Jr., Nate Ament, Jaden Quintains. I don't think we need a backup center. Do we need a backup power forward? I don't think we do. Maybe Darius Acuff Jr. might be good there. So we get a nice point guard to back up DeJounte Murray. Maybe Alvarado regresses a bit. So we'll make sure he is signed. Team player options, we'll bring, we'll let Muhammad Guy leave. Yves Missi will bring back. And then we're going to have to pay a couple players. Jalen Duren, we're going to have to pay big money to. So Jalen Duren, where are you? You want $40 million. We'll give you 35 over 4. Let's see if you'll accept that. And the other guys we're not going to bring back. So Jalen Duren's back. We're announced the rights on everyone else here. That's fine. And I think we are good with that. So is there a trade that we want to do? I don't know. I don't know where we could upgrade. DeJounte Murray and Alvarado are great. Herb Jones and Jordan Hawkins are good. Jalen Johnson, Trey Murphy's great. Zion Obi Toppin's great. Jalen Duren. I don't see where we can make a trade. I really don't. This is just that sort of video, I think. Just out of like randomness. If we go DeJounte Murray and a first, we can't do that first round. We can't do that first round pick. Okay, if we do DeJounte Murray and like the guy we just drafted, maybe. Like, if we just throw these guys out there, what sort of thing? Wow. The guy we were trying to trade for at the start of the videos here. Zubac, Jamal Murray. Jalen Brunson is here. We could bring in Jalen Brunson, who didn't have the greatest year last year. They want Yves Missi as well. I kind of think I want DeJounte Murray. Yeah, we're not going to make any trades, but these are some insane trades. Okay, final year in charge of the Pelicans. I'm hoping this year is going to be the year. Hopefully we can win a championship. If not, I'll be quite sad. So Trey Murphy regresses even more. Alvarado regresses too. Okay, so maybe to start the season, we make some trades. Why is Trey Murphy regressing so much? I don't understand. He's 26 years old and playing decent minutes. Maybe a backup point guard is what's needed. So let's have a look. Okay. That's what we're going to do. If 2K wants to load, which I don't think it's going to. This is crazy. One of the longest loading screens of 2K is this end screen here when we need to make a trade. I'm actually just going to leave it. We're going to leave the team. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. Wemby is the MVP. AJ Devancer Rookie of the Year. 6 man there goes a Cooper Flag. Okay, he should be starting in Detroit. I don't know why that's happening. Maybe because Ingram? I don't know. Wemby, Depoy, Igor Demon was improved. Clutch Player of the Year, Ja Morant. Greg Popovich in the Spurs is the Coach of the Year. So we may have lost the window. Maybe it's Spurs time to be crazy. And Zion makes it on this team here. Did we get anyone else? Doesn't look like it. That's okay. So we finished as the 2nd seed. Okay, so we make a bit of improvement from last year. There's your points per game leaders, your rebounds, and your assists. Okay, cool. So I think we start things off by possibly dropping this down to an 8-man rotation. Like, I really just want to get out of this round if we can. So let's drop it down to an 8-man rotation. Trey Murphy unfortunately misses out, and he's I don't know why 2K hates him so much, and that means Alvarado also doesn't get any minutes. So we draw Dallas. Oh my god, man. And they still have Luka. They still have everyone. Okay, they have Hardenstein for whatever reason. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to Dallas. Game 4 goes to us. And then Game 5 goes to Dallas. Game 6 goes to us. Okay, so we're in the second round again. We come up against Denver. Igor Demon, Christian Braun. They have Paul George, man. What is this? What is this game? This simulation has just gone crazy. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to the Nuggets. Game 5 goes to us. Okay, so we made it out of the second round. And now we're going to draw Portland. We have Scoot, Chris Dunn, Ace Bailey, Wendell Carter, Donovan Clingan, Anthony Simons. Okay, that's an odd team. I don't want to talk too much shit, but the Spurs were like a 60-win team. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to Portland. Game 3 goes to... Okay, come on, man. Come on, don't do this to me. Get Herb Jones back in there. Game 3 goes to us. Game 5 goes to us. Game 6 goes to Portland. And we're going through to a 7-game series against Portland. We have a good first quarter. Second quarter's back and forth. We run away with it a little bit. And it looks like we're going through to the NBA Finals in our final year in charge. Zion and Jakob Poeltl are the Finals and Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Let's reset the lineup a little bit. Game 1 against the Raptors team, who haven't really made any changes. Okay, Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to the Raptors. Game 4 goes to us. And Game 5 goes to the Raptors. Okay, Game 6, please. Oh my goodness, man. Okay, we're going to... I don't want to do that. Okay, we're gonna trust the defense. Game 7 against the Raptors. Our first quarter is incredible. Our second quarter is pretty good too. Our third quarter... Are you kidding? 2K. We have DeJounte Murray. We have Herb Jones. We have Jalen Duren. Like, defensive players. We just choked a 3-1 lead in the finals.